Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Watcher of Realms video. Guys, we've got a new Epic Fusion which is going to go live within a day. You get a bit of juicy freebies if you just add it to your calendar. Pretty cheeky like little move they've got here. And we can see that all of the events start to drop on our kind of event calendar basically from tomorrow. So tomorrow is all going to kick off. We're going to go through the event, see what it looks like, see what we think of the champion. I've also got some pretty interesting summon stuff going on. So you've got this one here, which I kind of like, specifically if you have got quite a lot of legendaries already. This is more like I guess an end game summoning event where it's like you will only get a guaranteed legendary that you do not own from this summon. So I kind of like that. Like if you're looking for specific legendaries, then this could be quite a cool one to go after. But then they've also got this one. So this is particularly interesting to me because I picked up Lust when she was a guaranteed. I don't know if you guys were playing the game then, but Lust is a really good legendary champion, but significantly better when you've got Arrogance as well. Like the two pair together so damn well. So this is definitely interesting to me. Arrogance is a great fighter, part of the Nightmare faction, same as Lust. But yeah, the two of them get basically additional damage, additional attack percent when they're doing stuff like their ults. So that one to me is definitely an interesting one to get that pairing online. But anyway, let's talk about this fusion then, this fragment or shard summon calendar, they call it, shard summon. So we're going to get Rorke as an epic lord from the Northerners. And it's a pretty similar to their normal one, but I will say, I feel like in the past there was opportunity to earn basically like a couple of copies. Yeah, there was so many events. They've scaled it back a little bit, but it's still, they're always super achievable in Watcher of Realms to get these fragment events if you're basically just playing the game. So we've got Spiritual Altar here and Spiritual Altar here, and then in the middle here on the trials, Arrival of Heroes. So that's basically like every weekend there's a summoning event. In this game, you do get a lot more free summons, so I do think they're generally achievable to get the various fragments in those. That's 30 of your kind of like available shards out of, we get 105 possible. So if you did 0 summoning events, you still have exactly 75 fragments up for grabs. And I would say it's almost insane to never do a summoning event in this game. Like you get so many free ones that I would say you should be able to do at least one, if not 2 of the summoning events totally free to play from just playing the game. So, you know, you've only got, so let's say you've then got maybe like 15 that you don't need to get somewhere along the map. You've got the 3 Brave Conquests here. That's just basically doing gear raids or doing any sort of raiding, like artifact raids. So those 3 are pretty easy to do. You've got the Tales of the Smith, which is upgrading artifacts. Again, if you're doing the other events, you should be gaining enough gold to get that done. If not, though, you could do yourself a bit of gold farm. Make sure you got 2 times on with one of the kind of 2 times gold items and get some of that ahead of time. Jewel of Champions is doing the arena, which again is just super easy to do. It's just being, yeah, just basically being active. So it comes down to then like Awakening of Heroes. That's about leveling your champions up. Same with Corridor of Glory. And then we've got the specific ones for the different gear raids, I guess. So you've got, you know, Forgotten Palace, you've got Vault in the Sands, and Mystery of Artifacts, which is just using your energy, your stamina at the right time. So honestly, these events are very comfortable as long as you've saved just some of your summons in between the different weekend events, and we'll end up being able to pick up Rorke. So let's check him out. So he's a fighter from the Northerners. I mean, the main thing to call out is like he's an epic lord. And, you know, the lords are quite difficult to pick up. Like, they're difficult to summon. Epic ones, you're not going to get tons of copies unless you are proper wailing out. It's taking me a long time to pick up a bunch of the different epic lords. So definitely picking up the lords gives you a big boost to your teams. This particular one here, the Northerners. So any lord, rares and above, will get the stat boost. These ones, so the epics, periodically grants all faction team members a shield equal to 20% of their max HP. There's a lot of kind of like tanks and high HP healers in this faction, so that's pretty decent. the more faction allies there are on the team, the more frequently you get these shields. It's pretty good, actually. And if you think about Northerners that you might use a decent amount, well, Vortex is a really good healer. Medan's a really good healer. We've got Mol in the team. We've got Olag in there. Istrid, is it? Yeah, Istrid is decent. So there's quite a few decent Northerners that you'll be using in like that epic group pretty regularly. In terms of legendaries, if you've got who we got here that I use a lot, honestly, like Sadie's good. I mean, I use King Haas a ton, but then he is like an actual lord, so he's going to be pretty rare that people have got him. I did pick up Brock here, who is freaking awesome, especially when paired with this type of lord skills. Like he's basically unkillable at that point, so he's very good. And then Valkyria is also really, really good. So yeah, lots of decent options in that. I can't just go back to where I was. Right, so let's have a look at his kit then. His talent. So his damage scales from HP, which is going to synergize well with the Lord skill. The hero grants a shield equal to 15% of his HP to whoever casts an ult within one tile. So people that are grouped around him are going to get some juicy shields from him. The shield strength increases by 100% when the effect works on this hero. So if he's done a shield himself on his ult, he gets like a 30% HP shield, which is massive. Damage here. His ult then, upon activation, deals AoE damage to up to 8 targets. For every shield strength equal to 1% of his max HP owned, he's going to get 30 straight away because of this talent. His damage increases up to 80%. And then his other skill here, during the ult, doing damage to enemies, and he hits up to 8 at a time, grants 1% more shield. So he should be able to get to his kind of like max damage or there or thereabouts relatively comfortably. I don't know what his damage is like. I've not seen him in action. But he's a fighter. He kind of feels like a fighter stroke tank because of his talents and because of his skill set. So a fighter that can shield himself is kind of a bit like a Wrath, in my opinion. Okay, he's not healing, but he's preventing damage to him. In terms of his awakenings here then, so increase shield received by 20% just for awakening 1. 2, extends the talent effect range to 2 tiles. That's a massive upgrade when you get to awakening 3. That's actually a really big upgrade. And then awakening 5, if we get to that point at some point in the future, when an ally in the talent effect range casts an ult, increases the hero's max HP by 4% up to 20. Damn, that's actually super cool around tanks. Like, if we look at his details, he can extend to a 2-range hit. I guess that must be through his promotions. So that ends up being pretty cool because you can put him behind the tank and you're protecting the tank at the same time. Yeah, look, I think he's going to be definitely worth picking up. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Anyway, guys, I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you soon.